Pickaxe.
Join us at patreon.com/castparty for a whole plethora of exclusive goodies. 5-day early access to every Cast Party episode, including Nocturne, ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive bonus monthly one-shots, access to our community Discord, where our community plays D&D games together, has game nights, and hosts so much more, all for less than the price of a single cup of coffee per month. Aren't convinced? Try out a free trial. 7 days free to check out the content that we offer only exclusively on our Patreon. Patreon.com/castparty. Support your favorite D&D podcast, all while getting some awesome perks. Patreon.com/castparty. See you there, casting crew.
Welcome, casting crew, back to Nocturne, A Curse of Strahd Tale. My name is Ryan McManus, and I will be your director for today. You can find me running the Cast Party socials at Cast Party D&D or on my personals at rye.mcmanus. And I'm joined today by my lovely casting crew, split into 3 separate groups now. Who would have thought? We have Vince.
Hi, I'm Vince Perino. I'm playing Theren, the Man of Hope seeking retribution. And canon fact about Theren, he has killed like 3 whales in his lifetime.
I am, as DM, making that not canon. We have Christian.
Fuck! No, you can't do that.
Hi, I'm Christian. Following up the fake facts thing that we're doing. Anyway, I'm playing Enzo, big guy with a cat. And the fake fact about Enzo is that he doesn't like whales. He does, because like everybody does.
We got May.
Hi, I'm May, and I'm playing Zielle, who is normally here to slay in all meanings of the word. Fake fact about her is that she's definitely not hyperventilating. You are. And I'm May LaFay on social media.
Back for his 25th intro. Jose.
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Jose. I'm playing Alizzato, who has definitely wild-shaped into a baby whale at some point, so that means that I love whales. Yeah, you can follow me on socials at DMJoseG and all of that fun stuff. Yeah, thanks.
We have Betty.
Hello, everybody. My name is Betty. I am Betty the Beholder on social media, and I play Dahlia, your constellation of melancholia. Fun fact about Dahlia, somebody said in the live listen that Dahlia would be a menace at a public pool, and I cannot confirm because she would very easily get sunburnt. You will not catch her at the public pool. You could catch her at the library, not the pool.
And finally, welcoming the newcomer with her first intro, with Anna.
Oh, shit. Hi, I'm Anna. I'm playing Esmeralda Daphnier, the monster hunter on a mission who, fake fact, has definitely hunted a pack of werewhales.
Oh my god. I need the homebrew stat block of that, like, ASAP, please.
Dude, page 300 of the DMG. Come on, guy.
Ah, shit, I missed it. All right, well, with that, let's see how our group got so split up. Esmeralda was introduced amidst a flurry of zombies, but with Dahlia joining in, it truly was no probbies. Recognizing her name, she earned Dahlia's trust, but Esmeralda couldn't say the same, at least until a sharp silver touch. Back at the Masquerade, love filled the air. A slow song reverberates to put a pause on the despair. Sarah formed for Enzo, something that couldn't happen often, as she danced with and loved her dear goofy husband. All the while Theren took Zielle hand in hand, pulling her close, earning the envy of every man. A light spell upon her dress made her shine like the sun, a moment of intimacy, at least until the song was done. Though Ollie, downtrodden, was approached by a being, a mechanical automaton who was worried for his well-being. Amidst it all, Dahlia was dragged to the floor, the alphabet sung softly as she remembered this moss-covered girl. Elle was her name, and a lost connection was felt, only for Esmeralda to interrupt to tell her she was dancing all by herself. The 3 set off, Dahlia, Ez, and Ollie, to find the answers that they all seek as long as they don't get too cocky. They found Leaf, an accountant, chained away at his desk, and figured that leaving him to his work was definitely for the best. As they ascended to the 3rd floor, a white-haired man intruded, asking for Zielle's hand, but she asked for a place more excluded. Vasily took Zielle to the dining hall, the site of their first meeting, but Zielle had a different idea, pinning Vasily to the wall with a motion quick and sweeping. Questions flew as Vasily answered in truth, but but a request for a kiss would lead Zielle impaled by a tooth. Blood dripping to the floor, the world gone from her sight, to see nothing but a black lake, a blood moon framing Cade in the night. And that is exactly where we are going to start. Amidst the waters of the Black Lake, mist slowly rising, wafting with the waves itself at your feet, Zielle, as you see a silhouette of a throne and a man in the distance. And all you hear coming across the waters of the Black Lake, reverberating to meet your ears, Zielle Pt.3, Paladin of Sunni, Sunbringer of Vallaki, Hope of Barovia. We finally meet.
Do I recognize this voice? Because I've never seen this person before.
You recognize this voice the instant sound leaves his lips.
I will raise my chin and say, "You're hard to get a meeting with. Is that by choice? Because Sunni meets with me whenever she wants, so..."
It's a bit tricky for me to meet with people. There's one specific thing that I require, and it is blood. That is the gateway, along with intention. You're hard to make bleed. That says a lot about you, Zielle.
All right, well, flattery will only get you so far. What do you want?
It's funny, isn't it? After the way you betrayed me, you find yourself lost amongst the fog of Barovia. In my realm of all places.
I don't know what you mean.
Do not play coy with me, Zielle. You ask for guidance. You ask for help. Yet when you receive it, you pretend I never existed in the first place. I gave you the will. The free will. The power itself. To earn your freedom, and instead you run off to who? To Sunni?
Well, free will can be found in hate, sure, but it can be found in love as well. I think more so.
I couldn't agree more. As a lack thereof is the reason that I know of you to begin with.
I'm not sure how I betrayed you. We didn't make any sort of deal.
Or so you think. You know, just because you throw a message in a bottle out to the ocean does not mean it will not go unanswered. It will find who it needs to find. Your calls for help, they landed upon my doorstep. And I landed upon yours.
So, what? You want me to apologize? Is that why I'm here?
No. I want to know what your plan is. You're stuck in Barovia. So while you're here, what is it that you want, Zielle? What do you crave most?
What do you think?
You know, from the moment I heard your call, Zielle, I knew you to be special. You stand for yourself. You let no one walk all over you. You let no one guide your path. Nothing but you. And you will do whatever it takes to get what you need. Whatever you believe is best for yourself. And I believe that's how everyone should live. In the end, all you have is yourself. I don't think you need anything. But when you do, I can help.
So then, this is just entertainment. You're what Strahd's afraid of, aren't you?
I suppose. Though for good reason.
What does he do for you?
Nothing anymore.
So you want him gone?
Well, sure.
And what is the cost of your assistance? Since clearly, that is something I was not aware of previously.
You got away from our deal the first time without anything in return for me. So if there's going to be something in return, I fear it to be eternal.
I just don't see how this benefits me.
So you plan on being stuck in Barovia? You plan on going about your days where the sun doesn't shine and you are furthest away from the thing that you care for most. You're okay with your soul going from the body that you hold right now and being recycled until it's old and gray in a lifeless husk as that charisma of yours wanes with each passing lifetime.
Well, what if that was what I wanted? I mean, I've got time.
Then so be it. We have nothing left to discuss then, do we? Is that your answer? Because I know for a fact it's not.
I have nothing to ask you for now unless you're going to finish the job. It seems like you could.
I could. But that is not what I wish. I heard your calls, Zielle. I heard your pleas. I was there for you in your darkest hour. Not Suni. Emilion walks this earth no longer. Because of me. Because of you. But I didn't make you kill your husband, Zielle. I merely gave you an excuse. But he wasn't right for you to begin with. I know that, and so do you. I heard the way you spoke about him. Because the second you called for help, that connection was made. To me.
How far away am I from him?
About 300 feet at this point. Though it seems like you are talking mere inches away.
Can we say if I had been kind of like taking, not just like consistently walking, but like taking steps here and there, if he wouldn't have done anything to stop that?
He has not. So I would say throughout this conversation, you're maybe inching around 200 feet.
Cade, you sound a bit jealous.
Gods have no emotions as far as jealousy. But if that is what you wish to describe it as, I'll leave that to you.
So you are a god then?
Very much so.
Self-proclaimed, or does anyone else think so?
Suni sure did. Suni was my partner in a time before.
Oh, so what? This is just to get back at her then?
No. This is about ascension.
For whom?
A man came to me in his darkest hour by the name of Strahd von Zarevich. One who laid siege to city after city across Avrosa in his name. He settled in Barovia, built his fucking castle, but lost the love of his life to his own brother. And in his darkest hour he called. Not for anyone in particular, but I am the one who answered. I made Strahd a god among men. I can make you even better. Your charisma, Zielle, infatuates me. Your beauty makes me feel mortal again. The way you love infuriates me. Yet for some reason, I crave it. I see the way you move through Barovia with grace and power, so why not rule it? I want you by my side, Zielle. I can bestow upon you the unthinkable. And I offer you this in exchange for a life with me. Rule with me. Ascend. Zielle Pt.3. Will you marry me?
Never really was free will you gave me, was it?
I gave you a means to an end.
I will do what I have to protect my friends. Will this do that?
It will.
And how am I to trust you?
I fear my word has been nothing but true since the moment I saw you. You asked for help and I gave it to you without hesitation. I'm offering now to do the same.
Marriage does not mean love. I'm sure you know that, right?
I do indeed.
Can I just talk to Suni first?
No.
Zielle is thinking of Tanis being gone. She was thinking of the dance with Theren, and she's thinking of getting ready with everyone. Do I guess I'm looking for like what she's picking up. Like, is he just being a fucking smug asshole, or is he like genuine? Not that like, I don't know. I want to look at him.
As you have been progressively taking steps forward across the lake, the water splashing at your feet as you begin to approach Cade himself. This is the first time he has come into view. This is the first time you have seen his face. Theren didn't see his face. Dahlia didn't see his face. As the silhouette fades, as you begin to get closer, you see immediately this muscular figure adorned with these runic markings across his chest and shoulders. His long, flowing silver hair is pushed to one side as it cascades past his shoulders, framing his sharp face. Intense facial features. He's draped in a simple, open vest as his black feathered wings begin to fan out and come back in excitedly as you begin to approach. He has these elaborate, decorated bracers, really the only things on his arms, with chains hanging off of the end of them, and a long flowing skirt that covers the entirety of his legs and begins to glide across the water. And as his face finally comes into view, I will let you do an insight check.
9.
His eyes are intense. He has not once broken eye contact with you. His face is stern, though admiring.
If I were to go back now, what would happen to me? Would I be dead onto the next body, or am I like him now, or...
You're alive, Zielle. I apologize I did not ask Strahd to turn you. I simply asked him to bring you to me. How he did so was under his own volition.
Don't want to be like him.
I can fix that.
Zielle is thinking of never seeing the sun again. Not being able to see her reflection anywhere, or not able to, I don't know, just having to drink blood from people. If that's the other option, then she has to. You're supposed to kneel when you ask that question.
He slowly takes his two hands on his right side, gripping his staff, and raises himself to his feet. He gets down upon the water, on one knee, as he looks up to you and brushes his hair off to the side. Would you like me to ask again?
She just sticks her chin out.
Pt.3, will you be with me until the end? Will you marry me?
I do.
He holds out his hand, upright.
In a very Zielle fashion, gingerly put her hand out.
He takes your finger, and from his palm, a black ornate obsidian ring is slowly slid upon your finger. Then a pact was born today. And as he gets that ring all the way down to your knuckle, I'll see you soon, my love. As in an instant, Zielle, the water beneath your feet sinks you in. Like you're drowning, this feeling of intensity, anxiety, your heart is racing, your blood is pumping, though it's not burning like it did before. As you come to, your senses back at you, though shaken, you find yourself back in the dining hall, falling from about 5 feet in the air as your feet land on the marble beneath you. Your dark, black raven wings, helping you descend from a fall. As from the doorway, a single server drops a tray of appetizers clinging to the floor, knocking you back to reality. Zielle, that is where we are going to leave off with your scene. I need you to level up on your own, taking 1 level of Warlock. And I need you to change your Paladin subclass to Oathbreaker.
Sorry, I'm gonna go cry now.
Alizzato, Esmeralda, and Dahlia. As you all ascend the spiral staircase, leaving Leaf back to his accounting, you find yourselves upon a landing on the 3rd floor. You see the stairs continue upward even more. Ahead of you, you see a short hallway with 2 small alcoves, as well as a door intricately engraved in this large steel frame that is closed at the west end of this short, dark hallway. The intricate details stand out clearly on the door's surface, and it seems to shine with a light of its own, untouched by time.
Did you say it was open or closed?
This door is indeed closed.
All right. I creep towards it quietly, and I want to check it for traps.
Give me an investigation roll.
16.
As you are looking about this door, it looks a little too ornate to be trapped. It would ruin the vibe of the door itself. Though, as you begin to approach, you see it is engraved with images of a human king in armor, astride a horse, a majestic range of mountains and shooting stars in the background, and you can see tiny figures of people and wolves that frame this image.
Does the king look like Strahd?
In a way, though, as you get closer to the door, you hear the faintest sound of a reverberating harp string coming from within.
There is a musician inside. I don't know why they aren't at the party.
Perhaps there is a musician inside playing a lullaby for something that does not need to be at the party.
A child.
Or a giant monster.
Both Esmeralda and Alizzato looked at Dahlia.
Perhaps that could be a possibility. So, the move is, we head inside. I could shape myself into a smaller creature and perhaps go through the crack on the door.
By all means. I look impressed and kind of step aside from the door.
Would you say, Ryan, there's like at least a little bit of space underneath where perhaps a spider can go in?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Okay, then I guess I'm gonna wild shape, and I'll just take one of the leaves. The leaf kind of like shrinks smaller into the palm of my hand, and then I just look to the both of you and I go,
I'll be back.
and I just slam the leaf to my forehead, wild shaping me into a small reddish spider.
Sliding under this door in your small spider body, even you can tell that this room itself is filled with dust. You smell a sweet yet pungent smell of decay. Though in this room, in the center, stands a long oak table. A blanket of dust covers the tabletop and its fine china and silverware. In the center of the table, a large tiered cake leans heavily to one side. The once white frosting atop the cake has turned this sickly green with age. You can see from down below a single doll figurine of a red-headed woman adorns the top of the cake. Suspended above is a web-shrouded chandelier of forged iron. You have a door to your north that is cracked and ajar, while a door directly to your west stands firmly closed. You see an arched window in the south wall that is draped with heavy curtains. Resting in a wooden stand by the window is a dusty loot. Finally, your eyes land on a spectral figure in a formal dress standing quietly in the southwest corner that is sitting down and tuning a very tall harp that is fashioned of dark stained wood carved with images of hearts and roses as she begins to sob. And even from here, you can see this red, glowing stab wound in her chest that pulses with each pluck of the harp. And as you enter the room, Alizzato, can I have an investigation check? Given your tiny stature, you seem to have gone unnoticed. From your tiny stature and your killer stealth check, you all three have passed without a trace, just as a reminder.
Yeah, I will say, if allowed, I would have gone in and then sort of like taken the wall approach and sort of like gone up through the rafters. So you know what I mean? Like, so
Ooh, okay.
I'm taking it all in from above. Natural 20.
Oh, buddy, boast.
26 total.
With a natural 20 and your elevated view of this whole room, you can tell that, one, this figure playing the harp is not here. She is near translucent, though interacting perfectly with this harp. Another thing you gather from your natural 20 is as you entered, you saw the second figurine upon the floor. And even from your brief time together, this figure looks exactly like Tanis. Dressed in a suit with dried and crusted cake frosting on the bottom of the base. And the last thing you know, as you come in and you immediately go right to crawl up that wall, you can gather from the crack in the door to the north, you can see the faint hint of a bookshelf starting from the floor. This seems like a bigger room, though all you can make out from here is wood and books.
And you said it's Tanis and then a red-haired woman also on top of the cake.
Correct. The Tanis figurine, quote unquote Tanis, is on the floor. The red-haired figurine is still lodged in the top of the cake.
Oh man.
I'll just spider walk on the side of the wall. I'll try to do that thing where like I come to the door frame and I just kind of want to like come in from the top and see from the door frame into the next room, just to kind of be like, okay, what am I assessing, in the hopes of returning back through the hallway.
Before I describe what he sees, Esmeralda and Dahlia, are you doing anything in particular in the hallway?
I'm just listening at the door.
Dahlia has gotten onto the ground and has her like face against the like crack in the door to see if she can, because she like watched Alizzato as far as she could and just stayed there when he left their sight. It's a very awkward silence, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. Alizzato, as you peer through with your spider eyes, you see a blazing hearth fills this room with rolling waves of red and amber light. The walls are lined with ancient books and tomes, their leather covers well oiled and preserved through careful use. All is in order here. The stone floor is concealed beneath a thick, luxurious rug. In the center of the room is a large, low table, waxed and polished to a mirrored finish. Even the poker in the stand next to the blazing fireplace is polished. You see large, overstuffed couches are arranged about the room. 2 chairs of burgundy-colored wood with padded leather seats and back cushions face the hearth. A huge painting hangs over the mantelpiece in a heavy gilded frame. The rolling firelight illuminates the carefully rendered portrait, and even from your short time with her, this is an exact likeness to Irina Kolyana. This chamber has several exits that you can see from your vantage point, including a large set of double doors in the west wall, a door at each end of the north wall, and the door to the south that you are coming from, all of which are closed.
Nobody in the room.
No one in this room.
Kind of looks about with that sort of ominous harp sound in the background, that slight tension building from the strings tuning. And then I'm just going to crawl my way back. Alizzato thinks about all of the possibilities, but then quickly realizes that he is alone in a room with multiple doors that lead to multiple places within the multiple layers of this fucking castle. And he's just gonna crawl underneath the door if able to. And I would like to bonus action out, get out of my wild shape.
You find yourself back in the hallway, these 2 dark alcoves, and you pop back out into Alizzato form in front of Esmeralda and Dahlia.
What did you see?
Something pondering over a harp, crying and unleashing their sorrows. I don't think they are of this place. I think they are perhaps, like in the dancing hall, a faint memory of what was. But there is, or there was supposed to be some celebration, some type of gathering, I don't dare say a wedding, but
I kind of look to Dahlia for a second and I just go,
did you ever meet Tanis?
I was there when he died, but I never met him, no.
then in that moment, it's like a great answer. Turn around to Esmeralda and I go,
we had a friend. He fell. But there is a figure of him scattered on the floor. And there's another on top of a rotten cake inside. Like a wedding cake, it seemed. And Irina, and I just sort of like snap back and then I go back to Dahlia and I'm like, and Irina, there's a portrait of her, or what looks like her, in another room. If we play our cards right and we either create a distraction or just rush in here, we could outsmart whatever is whimpering by the harp. I don't know what that looks like nor what that entails, but that is an option. But there is another room that leads to other ever-going hallways, I'm assuming.
If the creature you saw is, as you said, just a memory, an echo, perhaps it is not there to interact if we do not interact with it.
Perhaps. Could be like the room below. The creature pondering over the numbers and the expenses of Strahd. Maybe perhaps they're just in a rhythmic, repetitive, never-ending cycle. This is their torment, perhaps.
Welcome to Barovia. Sorry, that wasn't funny.
I think we should try to sneak past. If we can avoid her, it even noticing us, all the better.
Might prove to be difficult. I believe as soon as we open the door, she will take notice of us. But perhaps you're right. If this is, as stated, some thing that's not even here, let's be respectful, let's be quiet, and watch our steps as we enter the other room.
If it is malicious, do you have magical weapons that would be effective against a spirit or some such creature?
I do have a way of protecting at least one of us from all kinds of fiendish, hellish creatures.
Did it appear fiendish?
It felt more undead.
Ah.
I'll take out a leaf then, gently walk up to Esmeralda.
I believe it has to be you. May I?
Yes?
And I'm gonna cast Protection from Evil and Good.
Aha!
One willing creature you touch is protected against creatures that are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. Protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target.
How long does it last?
Concentration up to 10 minutes.
I suppose she rolls her eyes a little, shrugging. I could return the favor. She takes out of some pouches that are under her skirts of her jumpsuit dress. There's a little vial of clear liquid and some powders and herby things, and she mishes them together into a paste, draws a line of it across your forehead, Ali, and she also casts Protection from Evil and Good.
Hell yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Let's just try to sneak through. Yes? If you would like to examine this cake, these figures, you're welcome to, but I am not personally invested. Slowly push open the door and I'm gonna try to crouch to like below table height.
I'll take on a kind of like way earlier with when we left with Blue Water Inn. I took on like a dog-like kind of approach, and I just like ran away on all fours. I'll kind of do like a similar thing, but kind of like a wrestler on the mat where they're just kind of like moving within the floor.
Oh yeah.
I'm Spider-Man without the cool, powers.
Esmeralda, as you open that door, you can tell that the harp was different. What was earlier just the tuning of the harp strings has progressed into a haunting yet sorrowful song. The two of you, Esmeralda and Alizzato, find yourself a bit shaken as the harpist begins to cry and sob over the strings as you enter the room. Though Dahlia, I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw, please, as the other two cannot be charmed by undead.
Gagged. Okay, sure. 22.
As the song itself begins to reach your ears, you can't help but find yourself a little downtrodden. There's tears welling up in your eyes, and a single one drops down your cheek as it begins to almost freeze halfway down through your skin. Though you find your wits about you, shake it off, wipe the tears from your eyes, and you are currently free to move about the room, as you will.
I'm going to continue towards the open door.
I'll hang back until sort of Dahlia and Esmeralda go through, and then I am gonna try to like really sort of with my own eyes see that it is a weirdly resembling Tanis little figure.
Are you taking the figure or just leaving it as is?
Well, I guess just investigate around it. Like, does it look like it was intentionally placed here? Is there something more that I can decipher from it? Or is it just kind of what it is, which is very fitting already as it is?
I will use your investigation check from before, given your full examination of this room. The figure itself should be on the cake. It seems like even after all of this time, the red-haired figure stayed perfectly pristine atop the frosting on the tippy top tier of this wedding cake. The groom figurine being on the floor seems a bit off, especially this far away that you found this near to the door where you came in. For it to get all the way over there would require some force.
I'll take the figure.
Dolly's eyes linger on this figure for like a moment too long, and even after she kind of snaps out of whatever was going to come over her, another tear kind of falls down her cheek, and it doesn't freeze, it flows freely. And then she kind of snaps herself out of it when she sees Ollie picking up Tanis's figurine, and will follow them to the other room.
We are all headed towards the study. And Esmeralda, this room is a godsend to you as you walk in. Lined wall-to-wall bookshelves, the comfiest of chairs upon which you can read your tomes and your scrolls in front of a blazing fireplace.
Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. I'm immediately going to start searching the room for any sort of traps or hidden monsters or anything.
Give me an investigation check, and in the meantime, before I get Esmeralda's roll, I will ask what Alizzato and Dahlia are doing in this room.
I want to see if that's a real fire. I'd like to go over to the fire and stare into it until I can determine whether it's real or not.
I'll take an investigation check from you as well.
Okay, cool.
I'll hang back. I look back at the creature by the harp one more time before I just sort of quietly get up on 2 feet, walking around the room, keeping an eye on perhaps maybe what Esmeralda might be touching or what Dahlia might be touching, and keeping a dispel magic at hand.
Ooh, okay. Noted. Esmeralda, let's start with you.
14.
You see a couple different books here. One that really catches your eye is The Fall of the Dragon, which as you plop down on one of these sofas to flip through it, you see a chronicle of Argynvost, which you and Rudolph had been investigating previous, and how he was overthrown by his vampiric rival. There's others regarding the history of Barovia. There's certain scrolls of trade routes. There's menus and recipes throughout. This is a treasure trove of information ranging from every topic imaginable, none of which seem to lead you to the Amber Temple.
And no traps and such.
No traps as you walk around the room.
Oh, I'm just gonna keep looking because this is gonna take me a minute.
You got it. Dahlia, in the meantime, while Esmeralda reads some more scrolls, what's your investigation looking like?
I got a 1.
Oh! That fire's so real, it's actually a little too hot. You gotta back away. Crackles and an ember comes and touches your cheek right where that tear was.
I'm gonna look at the portrait. Is that the girl from the cake?
She is in Valaki. We know this individual. Her name's Irina.
Today. Is she old? Is she this age? This appears to be an old painting based on the fashions.
Do I get that it's like resembling Irina, but probably like I'm approaching this from the point of the whole like, reincarnation thing? Does this very much seem like this is Irina as I've seen her, or this could be Irina as a reincarnation through my experience?
Given your experience with reincarnation specifically, personally, you could gather that this is some iteration of Irina. The facial structure is near identical, the long red hair. The painting, like Esmeralda noted, her clothes are dated. The painting itself is dusted, polished, pristine. The gold framing is intricate and detailed, though this does not resemble the Irina that you know and you interacted with. It seems like a past iteration.
This is Irina, or a version of Irina. We know her. She is a younger, very driven woman. She journeyed with Zielle and Tanis and Theren for some time, and but eventually came to Vallaki. And there is, and Alizzato looks up and sort of keeps examining. There is this repetition with her, though. We found a figure of hers, a doll that was being crafted by her brother. He's dead now. But she pops up everywhere. She appears like a memory that refuses to die.
Do you know her not to be a vampire?
For my limited time with her, I don't think she is.
I will wordlessly sit on the couch. I have to say this was a very disappointing library for me.
You didn't find what you were looking for?
No, I suppose I should not be surprised that Strahd does not hide his most top secret information in his study.
You're looking for the Amber Temple, aren't you?
I am.
What do you think you'll find there?
Secrets to how Strahd came to be. How he has gained such dark power. And perhaps a secret to removing it. Or getting on his level.
Ryan, would you say the portrait is like standing on top of the fireplace, or is it like actually hanging on the wall?
It seems like it would be hanging.
Never mind, I won't touch it. I just wanted to see. Then let's journey forth. There are 3 doors here. We stick together. But I also cannot help but worry.
I can check in on them. Would you like me to make sure they're okay before we move on?
If it's not too much to ask, I think it would be wise.
I'm gonna send a sending to... I did see Zielle and Theren dancing, so I in Dahlia's brain, they are preoccupied, so I'm going to message Enzo. I'm gonna send a sending to Enzo. Hi, friend. Just checking in. We are on the hunt for books. Are you well? What's happening? Where's Strahd? How are Zielle and Theren?
Let's go.
Every last one.
Is that how is that how the message comes through, is with the same staccato rhythm? So I'm just like eating, and it's suddenly the most jarring thing happening.
With that, we are going to transition to the Masquerade Hall. So we will start with Enzo. You can reply to Dahlia, and then we will get back into the swing of things at the Masquerade.
I don't know that it's got to be 25 words, right? I don't do spells. Yeah, things are good. Theren's around here somewhere, and Zielle went off with someone. Books sounds fun. But yeah, I don't.
Oh, damn it. Oh.
Enzo, you have just dropped Zielle off with Vasily. And as you are exiting the dance floor, you hear this message from Dahlia in your head. You are responding as you are leaving, and you and Theren, I guess I should leave this up to Zielle. Zielle, would you like to do a stealth check for what happened previous. Are you trying to sneak away, or are you okay with them seeing you?
I'm not really trying to cause a scene, but I'm not really trying to sneak, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Okay. I will ask you for a stealth roll, and I'll just leave it up to their passive perceptions.
Okay. With the plus 10, that's a 13.
I have a 15 as my passive.
Plus 1, which is 14, and I'm not wearing armor, so I don't have a disadvantage.
Theren, I believe yours is 13?
9.
Holy shit, I was way off. It's probably for the best that you don't see Zielle walk off with Vasily. Though Enzo, towering above the crowd, as you're recalling this message back to Dahlia, you see the sparkling light of Zielle's dress, arm in arm with Vasily as they begin to descend the stairs back from where you came, back towards the main hall. You are able to relay that message to Dahlia as you begin to chat amongst yourself in your brain as the connection is cut off. All you hear from above is a mishmash of voices, like a radio station has just ended its commercial break and is jumping back into the tunes. It is a montage of music, sound effects, and nonsense, and all you hear is this thing that I spent way too long making, but I hope you all enjoy.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ, Ryan.
From the highest castle to the lowest tavern, turned up so loud the 9 hells told us to cool down. DJ Ravenloft, bringing you the newest bardcore bangers. If this be not a pop, then your wench sure is. This is BB No Gold with his hit single, Scroll. DJ Ravenloft fucks hard.
Excuse me?
That end, dude.
Enzo, you are able to find Theren amongst the outskirts of the crowd after you left Zielle and her dance.
As I'm walking up to Theren, I'm still talking like the sending is still happening. Oh yeah, and now she's walked off with Vasily or something, but I'm sure that's fine. And then I'll walk up to Theren, which none of that sent because it cut off like 5 years ago, but I'll walk up to Theren.
Standing really awkwardly.
So, enjoying the dance or are you just sort of stuck here now?
I've been stuck here the whole time.
Do you want to go somewhere else? There's a lot of noise here. I don't know if that ever gets to you.
Yeah, you wanna get off this floor.
Yeah.
I start walking and just making a line for myself, just pushing through people.
Enzo, give me an investigation check.
Oh, God. Are you sure?
Actually, general perception, I'm so sorry.
It's a +5, 7 with a natural 2 on the dice.
Even with your tall stature, these two are just a little too rambunctious. As Carl and Nikolai Wachter are shoving each other back and forth as they are walking down the marble staircase towards the basement. But you overheard before, they were in search of the good stuff.
I'm going to note that trying to find something that we can do that's not this. Do you remember when I punched that kid in the face?
Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah. They're headed down to the basement. I heard them earlier saying they were in the search of the good stuff. I figured maybe we could see what that means. Do you want to follow them?
I do, yeah. Sounds like the most fun I've had in a while, but we can't leave yet. I can't leave at least. I have no idea where my partner is. Where's the other group?
Zielle went to dance with someone, sort of dainty but in a beautiful way. They went to dance together somewhere. I think I saw her walking off. I don't actually know where they went.
You don't know the general direction she went?
I would point right where I saw them walk away. And I'm like, do you want to go after them?
No. As long as I know around where she is, that's fine. She can go off and do it as she needs.
I tried to check before she left. She seemed very comfortable with going off. I figure if something's going wrong, then she'd tell me. I mean, I thought we'd made that very clear that if something was going wrong, we'd magically tell each other. The other group is hunting for books, which does not sound terribly fun to me. Can't imagine there's much action doing that.
Did they say what type of books?
Nope, they did not. It was a weird message too. It's from Dahlia, and it was very broken up. I don't know why she was talking weirdly. But I responded, told her everything that she needed to know, so not really sure how that magic works. Hopefully there wasn't something I needed to do. Do you want to stay here? We can post up on the wall and just wait and see, because I'm fine. I just don't want you to be stuck in a place where you're stressed and anxious. I don't think that's fair that you have to be in that position, especially now that Zielle's not here.
Oh, the worst part is that's the job I took on, so it's something I must endure. But if you need to go...
I don't need to do anything, actually. I think I've got some dice. If you want to play games, we could do that. Or we could just sit here and talk about things. I don't know that I've ever had a chance to talk to you about things that you want to talk about. I don't really know a whole lot about you. We've not really gotten a lot of one-on-one time. So if you'd like, we can have that. Or if you want to just stand here silently, I'm good with that too. I'm just trying to help. Whatever I can do to make this night a little bit less miserable for you, that's what I'm trying to do.
Just gives you that very awkward kind of stands there and looks at you, looks around, looks back to you, looks down at his feet.
Breaking this awkward tension, Enzo, from behind you, you feel a very small tug at your pant leg, about knee-high.
I think there's a lot of emotion. Confusion being first. Somewhat like a familiar feeling, but also that shouldn't be here. I'm going to turn around and look for this, toddler-sized attention grab.
There is a sound of turning gears as this small mechanical jester outstretches his hands to you. 3 torches in one, and then his thumb comes up like a thumbs up, and at the very tip, a small flame erupts, and he's gesturing at you. Huh?
I turn to Theren. What is Theren's expression?
As you turn to Theren, so does he.
The fuck?
I don't know. I think it juggles or something.
Juggles?
With the torches, yeah. I think it likes the torches and juggles them. Lean down and pat it on the head. Hello.
I proceed.
With that, he does a little hop out of excitement, and he takes one torch and lights it with his thumb, takes the other and takes the other, and gestures his arms out wide like, "Are you ready?" And begins to pristinely juggle these torches in a beautiful routine, going sideways, normal in a loop. He's intertwining them. He even does one behind the back, catches it in the front, and then he does a final large spin with the 2 torches in either hand and catches it and balances it atop his very metal jester cap before he does a hop, catches it in his other hand, and arms out and bows.
Definitely applause. Enzo's genuinely impressed.
Huh.
That was good. Did you applaud?
Yeah.
Did you actually applaud, or are you lying to me right now?
Yeah, you did. It was just very light. You didn't hear it. Sorry. It's loud in here.
You should applaud when people do things really well there, and that's all I'm trying to say. Nice job, I say to the little guy. That was amazing. Do you take tips, or is this we're like reaching my pocket for gold or something?
He outstretches his arm in a very mechanical and stiff way now. When he was juggling, it seemed so fluid. He was near human. Though now that he is back to his everyday motions, it's very stiff and janky movements. He holds his hand up and he just gives you a finger and wags it back and forth.
Oh, no tips. Okay, well, great job. Thank you so much for that. That was terrific. Is he still standing there?
He is now like the awkward third wheel, just waiting for you guys to do something else to show that you are ready to continue enjoying the party.
Theren, would you like to dance with me as we enjoy this great party together?
I lean over to whisper to him, anything to get us away from this.
God, yeah, this has gotten quite awkward. And I'm gonna grab your hands and just sort of shuffle you out onto the dance floor.
I'm surprised we haven't heard anything in a minute. Or seen anything either.
Do you have any way of reaching out to Zielle? I know you do some magic. I'm not sure the extent of it, though.
I have nothing.
How long has Zielle been gone at this point?
I would say now, getting off the dance floor, you guys enjoyed a little upbeat song and a chat upstairs. Maybe 10, 15 minutes by now. Time has definitely passed.
I feel like Enzo's a little bit concerned. do you know how long it should take for someone to do a dance? I realize I should have asked more questions now. I kind of thought we'd be checking in with each other more than this. This is tough.
I was expecting to at least hear back from Baron as well, but he hasn't come back at all either.
That is odd.
Zielle has been gone longer than expected. Now that you mention it.
Let's go. I'm going to exit the dance floor, and I guess it'll be my turn to bulldozer through the people in a straight line to where I saw the two of them leave the dance floor.
As you guys descend the stairs back down towards the first floor, as you guys round that corner and make your way down the second set of stairs that leads towards the entrance hall, you do spot it indeed. The two hooligans cutting down to the left, heading down a hallway, which Theren, you would know, was this spiral staircase that you guys avoided on your first trip here for brunch. It is a tucked away staircase that leads both up and down, and you guys went instead directly into the dining hall. You can see Carl and Nikolai Wachter cutting the corner right at the very end to make their way down this hallway. Though the one thing you do see after that is the visage of Strahd walking out of the dining hall. He looks down the hall at the two hooligans wandering off, shakes his head and scoffs, and makes his way towards you all. Enjoying the festivities, I take it. How do you like my manner?
Quite the place you have here.
Eyes are getting brighter.
Tell you what, you didn't see anyone come down this way, did you? Anyone looking for a dance?
No dancing down here. There's appetizers, food, my servants downstairs, as well as the Wachter boys. I'll let them do what they do best. They'll find themselves amongst the rubble eventually.
Why are you here alone?
I had to check on the food, as all good hosts do.
I want to take a good look at him.
Yeah, can I insight check that?
Be my guest.
8.
God, I have the exact same. We both got an 8.
He looks at you with genuine concern over the well-being of his guests, making sure that everyone is having a good time. You can see he even has a little bit of crumbs on his finger from an appetizer that he recently checked.
Is there someone that works for you that I don't know how else to describe them? They're sort of dainty but beautiful looking. They sort of have a sassy vibe to them. White hair, I think.
Vasily.
Ah, that's him. Yes, right. So a friend of ours and Vasily came this way for a dance, and we haven't heard from them since, and we were just wondering if you knew where they might have gone. We don't want to lose them. You know, the music's getting pretty good upstairs, and we were starting to get lonely.
I'm unsure. I must be going, though. I must get dressed for the festivities. I've taken too many detours, too much to attend to. Can't even be a guest at my own party, but good luck finding her. As he pats you on the back and begins to walk towards the spiral staircase, heading upward.
I'm going to fucking kill him.
It's a good plan. I just think it's weird that he's checking on the food, right? That doesn't seem right to me.
He's done something to it, hasn't he?
I just don't see a world in which Strahd is down here for no reason. And why wouldn't he know where Vasily is? I figure a guy like that probably knows where his people are, right? He's not just going to let him, or maybe he does. I don't know. I'm just twisted around. I don't know what he can do or what he can't do. Where is Zielle?
Let's check on the food first.
Yeah, you're right.
Walk through the entrance of the dining hall. Empty as ever. No Zielle, no servants, though plates of appetizers are sprawled across his table, waiting for servers to come pick them up.
I want to go over to the table and just grab one of the appetizers, basically the closest one to me, and just give it a good look over, make sure it wasn't like tainted with, I don't notice anything bad about it.
Give me a survival check.
I'm going to bypass that, and I'm going to just try and eat one of the appetizers.
Enzo, as you pick it up and just pop it directly in your mouth, Theren is eye level with the table inspecting this plate. This seems to be the plate that Strahd just recently grabbed one off of, as you can see a spot missing right next to where you took yours, Enzo. And the food tastes delicious. There's nothing out of the ordinary that you might be able to suspect. Goes down clean and tastes good. It was a Bloody Mary oyster shooter.
Never had one of those before, so I'm not sure how it's supposed to taste, but that was good. Are they about to serve this? Why would they leave the food unattended?
Maybe they really are just coming to grab it soon.
Huh. Food's fine then. Still doesn't answer the question of where Zielle would have gone off to. Well, to be honest, I don't really know where to go. I figured someone with a literally light-up dress would not be that hard to find. But evidently, I have misjudged the size of this castle. Do you know how drunk on your own ego you have to be to build a place like this? This is insane. Who needs this many rooms? You know this place better than I do. Is there a place that we should go next, or...?
Well, let's take a walk back and see if there's anything new. I did notice one of the doors was open that wasn't before.
Lead on.
And we'll go down to the hallway.
As you guys make your way back towards the main entranceway, the grand hall, the first thing you see when you enter Castle Ravenloft. From behind you, all you hear is a server's tin crash and hit the floor as appetizers scatter. And for today,
No.
that is going to be a wrap.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you all so much for listening. We will see y'all in 2 weeks where, oh, shit's going to get even spicier. I don't know how, but it's gonna. Bye, everybody.
I got married.
I got married.
Not fiance. Not married yet.